The New South Wales Energy Minister, Chris Hartcher, has resigned after the state's corruption watchdog raided his electoral office. The state's Premier has had to reshuffle his front bench for the third time in 4 months.
Barry O'Farrell says he accepts and supports Mr Hartcher's decision to resign from Cabinet following today's actions by the ICAC. The Premier said Chris Hartcher reassured him this morning he is confident he will be cleared of any wrongdoing.
3 New South Wales Government MPs have voluntarily withdrawn from the Liberal Party after being named in 2 corruption inquiries. The MPs include former Energy Minister Chris Hartcher and 2 Central Coast MPs, Chris Spence and Darren Webber. The Independent Commission Against Corruption will investigate claims the MPs solicited payments in return for favours.
Tony Abbott spent plenty of time attacking the last government for standing by politicians caught up in potential scandals.
Senator Sinodinos was, at the time, Treasurer of the New South Wales Liberals.
All of this corruption is swirling inside AAWH while the Assistant Treasurer was the Director of the company.
The Coalition Government has lost its First Minister.
Whilst this process is underway, I will therefore be standing aside as Assistant Treasurer.
If I was in the trenches, the one person you would want next to you would be Arthur Sinodinos.
You bet you are. You bet I am.
Senator Sinodinos has done the right and decent thing.
I'm proud of him, and I'm looking forward to his return to the ministry.
I've been advised overnight that this morning at ICAC a thank you note from me in relation to the bottle of wine will be presented. But this has clearly been a significant memory fail on my part. I will be resigning the position and enabling a new Liberal leader to be elected, someone who will then become the Premier of New South Wales.
Innocently, inadvertently misled ICAC yesterday. And he has taken the utterly honourable step of resigning as Premier.
Upper House member Marie Fakara has stood down from the Parliamentary Liberal Party. She was accused today of soliciting a donation from a banned donor.
Marie Fakara solicited a donation from the property developer Tony Murphy.
The New South Wales Premier Mike Baird says he was shocked and appalled at the allegations raised today at the ICAC.
Whilst allegations of corruption have been made, I have made the decision that I should not remain in this office while such a serious allegation has been made against me.
The anti-corruption body heard that Mike Gallagher was part of a plot to hide payments from a development company controlled by mining magnate Nathan Tinkler.
I was on a roll. People were virtually throwing money at me. I was soliciting money for the Liberal Party.
I want to say this clearly to the people of Newcastle. I had no knowledge whatsoever of any funding irregularities in my campaign.
Mr Owens won the seat by the narrowest of margins from the ALP's Jodie Mackay.
It appears highly likely that prohibited donors did contribute in some way to my election campaign.
She refused an illegal donation from Nathan Tinkler, who had plans to build a $2 billion coal loader at Mayfield. It's alleged Nathan Tinkler then bankrolled Tim Owen's campaign.
Charlestown MP Andrew Cornwall took everyone by surprise today, announcing his resignation from the Liberal Party. He took a $10,000 bribe from property developer Hilton Grugeon. Mr Cornwall won't recontest the next state election and has sought parliamentary leave to cope with the stress to his family.
An 8th New South Wales MP has stood down from the Liberal Party after being named in a corruption inquiry. Gary Edwards' name came up when the Mayor of Newcastle, Jeff McCloy, was asked if there were any other political campaigns he'd supported.
And Mr McCloy explained he'd had a visit at home from the Liberal member for Swansea, Gary Edwards, who was looking for money for his campaign. He says he emptied his wallet and gave Mr Edwards somewhere between $1,500 and $2,400. He says that's what he carries.
Newcastle Lord Mayor Jeff McCloy has resigned over the illegal donation scandal rocking the New South Wales government. His resignation came just hours after Premier Mike Baird told Mr McCloy to do the honourable thing and stand down. Several Liberal Party fundraisers are expected to face questions at the ICAC this week.
Liberal MP Bart Bassett, who holds the Western Sydney seat of Londonderry, came to him and solicited what would be an illegal donation.
While Liberal MP Bart Bassett has resigned from his party and will move to the crossbench after damning allegations at the corruption inquiry.
The corruption watchdog has claimed another scalp, with Liberal MP Craig Bowman forced to step down. The member for Port Stephens admitted to hiding tens of thousands of dollars in donations from developers. He vowed to stay on, but the Premier forced him to walk.
He admitted to creating fake invoices from his company to hide donations from developers that funded his campaign.
But Bowman also admitted using his building company to give his accountant a $100,000 discount on a construction project in exchange for a $100,000 donation to his election campaign.
A new Deputy Premier will be named tomorrow following Andrew Stoner's shock resignation.
I can no longer expect or ask my wife Cathy to face these issues alone. This simply is the reason for my decision. I have no job lined up. I'm not under any cloud. This is about putting my family first.
Robin Parker was likely to shortly announce her resignation from the Parliament. Well, the Newcastle Herald have actually confirmed that, so I guess it is official. We've got the member for Maitland on the line.
I must say, I've been thinking about this long and hard. I just think it's time for me to take a different tack in and look for other challenges.
Don't you ever let